Hey everybody, this is Joe with Grace Family Love. As you can see, my lovely wife is not with me today. She's taking the night off. But today we're going to be talking about fatherhood. And so if you're like us and you can just see and understand how important it is to have a good father in the home, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Let's get into it. Vanessa with me today. If you can just reach out, whether on social media or just a prayer, just keep praying for her. She had just some shots. If you follow us enough, you'll know that she's got some issues with her back. So she had a light procedure today to just hopefully give her some more of that pain relief that she needs. So those injections kind of make her a little nauseous, and she's pretty sore right now. So she's laying down, getting some rest. We're icing her back. So we're just hoping for a speedy recovery so she can get back. So just go ahead and pray for her. We'll keep praying for you guys. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. All right, welcome back to the Grace Family Love podcast. I'm back with you for episode number 56. Today we're going to be talking about fatherhood, and I hope you stick around to the end because I'm also going to go over, since Father's Day is coming up, on some just really easy tips on some gift ideas that you could get for the husband or a significant other that I think would be appreciative, that don't necessarily have to break the bank, okay? So I want to spend some time just briefly talking about fatherhood. And I know that, we live in a time where just more than ever, people are stricken with divorce. What I want to do today is talk about from my own perspective, how valuable it is to have either that father figure, to have that male role model for your child or children to look up to. And also just in the home, how much of a help it can be to have that interactive, engaging husband that's not afraid to get involved with the kids, that's not afraid to engage you and make you feel loved, and really just go back to those times where you were dating and make a positive effort to want to make you fall in love with them over and over again. So as we get into it, I just hope that I have your full attention, and let's just talk about, first of all, how is it that we can get to have that loving husband, have that man in the home that is all those things that you hope he would be. Okay, so this is going to be it might seem counterintuitive, but just follow me for a second. Sometimes what happens is he will only do what you tolerate, right? So he will only do what you let him get away with. And he will do those things that you, I guess, reward him to keep doing again, if that makes sense. And so a good husband in the home, it has to do some, right, with the man, with the person that you're with, and their characteristics, their personality, their willingness to grow, to learn, to live life with you and engage and communicate. But the other side is, who are you as a spouse? Who are you as a significant other? Because I'll tell you what, there's a saying that goes, behind every good man, there's a great woman. And I firmly believe that. And in my personal experience, Vanessa has been the one that has helped draw out the best in me to help me become this version of myself that I never thought I could be. And a lot of it just has to do with that encouragement and seeing the value in me and drawing that out of me by the way that she loves me, the way that she responds to me, the way that she interacts with me. And so what I want to get at today is, for you, mom, wife, girlfriend, if you have an opportunity with this up and coming Father's Day to really take some time, whether it's a planned event, whether it's just a moment, or whether it's several moments kind of sprinkled throughout the week as we're leading into Father's Day, take some time to really appreciate and value him for what he does and what he contributes. And don't get me wrong, I know that there's a lot of us seem like this never-ending work in progress where we need constant change and we need to keep working at things. And I agree. We should want to get better. We should want to keep working at getting better, being a better father, a husband. What I'm saying is, for just this moment, instead of realizing him for what he's not currently, for what he's not yet to be, or what he hasn't become, instead of looking at him for the mistakes that he continuously makes, try to acknowledge the things that he is doing right. Acknowledge those qualities about him that you fell in love with. Acknowledge those qualities about him that really drew you towards him in the first place. Because I assure you, if you look deep enough, or if you just stop and take a breath, those qualities are actually still there. But sometimes with life, with kids, with the burdens and the stresses of everything that's going on around us, we lose sight of those good things. And part of it is because we get comfortable. We get used to each other. Those wonderful things that you saw in the beginning that seemed exciting and new and refreshing, you see them every day now. And so you see past those good qualities, and you're constantly reminding him of the things that he does wrong, because it's frustrating or annoying or it bothers you, and it's bothersome, so it sticks out like a sore thumb. So I want to just help you take that word of advice and encourage you to just stop for a moment and reconnect with those things that drew you to him. Reconnect with those things that made you fall in love with him in the first place, and reconnect with those qualities that he has that you're proud of, that you look at him and you admire from afar and say, man, I have a good man, I have a good husband. Reconnecting with those things not only will help you be appreciative of the things that he's doing that are good, but also it'll help you remember those things that called you to him, so that you can connect on a deeper level, or reconnect on a deeper level. And I assure you, taking some time and an opportunity to acknowledge him, I'm 100% sure that in his head there's this committee, that I call it, where it's this committee constantly putting you down. And I walk around throughout my day and I constantly have to reassure myself that I'm doing okay, that I'm going to be all right, that I'm doing my best as a father, that I'm doing my best as a husband. And that's just on a good day. So I can't imagine, with the stress of life, maybe things are not going well at work, or maybe things are not going well at home. And so to come home and to be reminded of all the things that he's doing wrong, that doesn't help. And so sometimes inside of a man, his best quality is to just tolerate it, to just get through another day, to just go to work one more time, one more day, because that's how he provides for his family. And so just take some time to acknowledge him and really help him remember why you chose him, why he's a quality man, why he's good, and why you're happy and proud to have him in your life. So I don't want to dwell too much on that, but I just want to help you think for a second how much, hopefully you got that recognition on Mother's Day. I really hope you did. But how much would it mean, do you think, to him to have that opportunity to be acknowledged? I don't know what your husband's love language is. I don't know if it's, words of encouragement like it is for me, or those words of encouragement really go a long way to fill up my tank, to just kind of get me through another day, another week, another month. So I don't know what it means for him. Maybe it's quality time. Maybe it's gifts. Whatever it is that lights him up, that sparks that fire, would you just consider meeting that need where he's at, and just encourage him for that Father's Day, time, to let him know that he's special, to let him know how much you care. All right, so I want to go over real quick just some ideas on what you could do for him, what you can buy for him. And I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a revelation, but I want to explain it in a way from my perspective on the things that I've received over time, and why they were important to me, and why it's valuable to me. Okay, so here's some quick ideas, some easy gift ideas, and I'll go ahead and leave some links in the description section. So if it's something that you think that he might like, by all means, go ahead and I'll make it easy for you. If it's something that you think that, hey, I like the concept, but I'm going to go this other route, maybe I just get your mind going to think of some other ideas. But I'm going to give quick tips, and then I want to share with you why it was important to me. Okay. So I think that you can never go wrong with a wallet, ever, right? And so nowadays there's you kind of go two options. I hope that he's far away from the Velcro days. No more Velcro wallets, guys. If that's you, it's time to just stop that now. Okay, don't be that guy. So I I have with me, and I've got this wallet. I hope you can see that. And this is kind of like a carbon fiber look to it. Okay, it's really durable, and I hope you can see this. It's got a money clip on the back. And so this wallet has been like a game changer for me, because nowadays I don't really carry much cash. It's usually almost all card and kind of like Apple Pay style. But I just want to say on the back of this, it's got that money clip. If you choose this option, go with the version that does not have the money clip. Okay. So this wallet has been awesome for me because it's compact. Okay. It's pretty small. I have loaded in there a few extra cards than it's supposed to hold, but it's because I don't like forgetting things. And so I have every single card that I know that I might need throughout the week in this thing. But anyway, choose the option without the money clip, because this money clip, it's so durable. Like, you can run this thing over, you can toss it off of a building and nothing will happen to it. But because it's so durable, if you're going to wear this in your pocket, front or back, this money clip will actually dig into you. So if it's in your front pocket, it's going to dig into your thigh. If it's in your back pocket, it's going to dig into your butt, right? And I try to flip it around so that it's not towards me, but it actually rubbed a hole in one pair of my pants over time. So this thing right here, it is durable. It's not going to go anywhere. But again, this right here is a little bit too much. So there is a version where it's got a flat piece, and so it's got some elastic to hold the money into it. So I'll leave I'll leave a link in the description for both, but I would definitely choose the option without this. And this right here, if you get it, it might be like around $30. There's some like high end version that's around 80, but this one right here was like $30, and it does the trick. And if you look around, shop around, I'm pretty sure you might even be able to find a cheaper one. Okay, so the other one is this here. This is a brand of razors that you can get at Target. And so they're super inexpensive. They're not going to break the bank. I think this right here, I want to say you can get, this is 4 cartridges in here to refill. You can get this, or even, let's say you didn't get the refill, but you got the razor. Okay, if you had the razor, it comes with this, the shaving cream. It's like a gel. This right here is like $4 or less. Okay, so you can get this. This is like $8, $9. This is a really good deal, because if you shopped around, there's some that are like, you get like 4 to 10, and it's literally $35 to $40 to refill. But this is actually such a good price that you don't have to just rebuy the whole thing all over again. Okay, but you can actually get a kit where it has the handle, the razors, the shaving cream, everything together for like $15. Okay, so this is really good. I'm somebody that, like, it's razors, you're gonna throw them away anyway. And so obviously I'm not one of those guys that's like blessed with the big old man beard, so I don't have that going for me. But knowing that these are good quality, I could use this for a really long time. But if you're somebody that is, if your husband has a little bit a thicker beard, or a beard period, these right here, they're really high quality, and they actually do a really good job, and they're really inexpensive, so you can't go wrong with that. And then at the same time, another gift idea would be a watch. Okay, I actually have a watch on me right now, the Apple Watch, and I have to say, my wife will be a witness. I personally would never have purchased this on my own, but this was a gift that was given to me that I have been pleasantly surprised. Me personally, I'm more of like a traditional style watch kind of guy. So actually, here's one of my absolute favorite watches that I own that was gifted to me. So this watch is a Fossil watch, and it's more like traditional style. So this is what I've always worn. This is like my preference of style. So I like the way it looks. I like the leather. I like the tone. It's got the blue, right, with the tan band. So this watch right here, this was gifted to me, so I don't even know how much it actually costs, but this is the latest Apple Watch. So what I didn't usually pay attention to when it came to the Apple Watches was just the shape, right? Because I generally like the traditional shape. But now that I've been wearing this for about 3 weeks, I've been pleasantly surprised with how comfortable it is. Like, I actually forget that I have it on. And then it has those extra features, like if you as you're exercising, as you're walking, if you've ever seen one, then you know. But it's actually the first one I've ever owned and the first one I've ever wore. So I've been pleasantly surprised with those little reminders to get up and get moving and stay active. When it comes to this watch here, this watch is, depending on what your preference is, this watch is originally like $260, but I found it at Ross. So Ross, I don't know if you have a Ross where you're at, but it's basically like a value store. Like when there's a surplus in a retail store and they just need to get rid of their stock, they send it to a place like this where you get a deal, either because something's wrong with it as far as appearance. There was something that maybe there was an abundance of them, so they send the overstock to be sold elsewhere to make room for their new stock. So this was originally $260, and I got it for $60. So that was just the price they were selling it for. So if you're if you're on that level, like, I'm totally not ashamed to go to the secondhand store and get clothes or items. So this particular store is like a discount store. And so I found that. I thought it was pretty awesome. It's been a great watch. It hasn't failed me yet. So I don't think you can go wrong with the wallet, watch, shaving cream type stuff. And then, so here's some, an idea here. This is just a really simple, basic pack of tools. And this pack of tools is really simple, but what makes it important is, so I used to be a mechanic when I was in the military. And so I served in an infantry unit, but I was also, mechanic, so they called it mechanized infantry. So I always like having some tools around, but these days I don't really get involved as much in getting hardcore into the mechanical stuff on the vehicles. I just don't do it as much anymore. I don't have as much time, but I do like to have tools around so that I can do what I need to do when it comes to basic stuff around the house. And so a set like that, super simple, super basic, and those types of tools are universal. So you can use them for several things. They're not like a specialty type of tool that you're only going to use once in a great while. You can use those for anything. And so why that matters to me is because I'm like any other guy, right? I like to do guy stuff. I like to fix things around the house on occasion, but because I don't get as involved as I used to, I don't need to have all the big fancy tools. I don't need to have all of that. So it gives me just enough to make me feel good about myself, if that makes sense, so that I can do what I need to do around the house, and yet not have to spend so much on things that I don't need. So I don't think that there's a guy in the world that wouldn't mind having tools. And then the more involved you are, the crazier expensive they can get. But the idea is knowing your husband, knowing your spouse, to know what makes them tick and what means something to them. And so these gifts that I'm sharing with you, they're not just easy, simple. Anybody would want these kind of gifts, but they're meaningful for me because they meet me where I am and give me what I need. So I'm going to give you two more gift ideas, but these ones are completely unique to me. Okay. I think anybody would like them, but I'll explain. So I got this here. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can, but these are beats, right? So I'll just show you one of them here. So this right here is really, really cool for me because hope you can see it clearly, but I'm a veteran. So I usually tend to lean towards like survival kit type stuff. These particular beats are OD green. And so I just like that type of color. And it's just something that makes me feel good. It reminds me of being in the military. It reminds me of back in the days when I was doing my training and stuff. And so for that, it makes it extra meaningful. And because I'm also a worship leader in my church, I'm into music. I'm into worship music. I'm always looking for new ideas and looking for new music. And so these are kind of like on a personal level, kind of really mean a lot to me. And so that's something that I think would matter most, regardless of the price that something costs, is do you know your spouse well enough that what you might get them, what you might say to them, how you might encourage them would be something that just kind of hits them deep in a different way. I don't know, but that's something that to think about. And then lastly, one of my favorite things, hopefully this is clear. So this is the Ultimate Ears little like mini boombox or speaker. It connects with Bluetooth. This thing is legit. So we just beat the heck out of this thing because we use it like every single day. And we've used it every single day for, I want to say, almost 2 years now. And so it hasn't failed us yet. It just has a charging station that you can get with it. And this thing, it can go outside, it can go inside, wherever. It'll fill up the room. It has a very good equalized sound. The bass it's not super bassy, but it's very even keel. So you'll get a nice even sound with that. So if you're into music and that matters to you, you'll get a more clear, even sound. If you're like into bass, then you probably want to go with the same type of competitor, but JBL. JBL has a very bassy, very like a full bass sound, but you're not going to get the clarity. This is an overall clear, even sound, well balanced. But this thing is awesome too, because it could even get wet. If you can throw it in the pool if you wanted to, and it'll float and it'll still keep on working. So I haven't tried to do that. I've dropped it a couple of times in the water. Didn't cause any problems. And we use it all the time. We take it to the beach. We take it on trips. Wherever we go, this thing's going with us. So this right here is legit. And again, this was something that just was important to me because of music and my connection with music. And so I don't know what matters to your spouse. I don't know what matters to your significant other. But I'll tell you what, getting a gift that is meaningful to that person is key. Spending the moment or the energy, and I don't need to preach this to you guys. I know women give with their whole heart. But guys don't get excited about much. At least I'm that way. And so what gets me excited is when it's a gift that is thoughtful. Doesn't matter how much it costs. It could be like a handmade letter, card, whatever. But I do appreciate the thought that goes into it. And I do appreciate the effort that goes into it. The cost doesn't mean anything to me. The fact that there was time taken to make it meaningful to me personal is what matters the most. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you got something positive out of it. And just again, take some time. Your husband, your significant other, he walks around all day, every day, trying to silence that committee. Just consider this Father's Day, helping him quiet those voices by being a louder, positive voice, reminding him of those things that you're proud of, reminding him of those good qualities that he has, reminding him of those reasons that made you fall in love with him in the first place. I think not only will it help him walk around with his chest up and his head held high, but it also help you reconnect with those things that you fell in love with. Let's pray. Lord, I just thank you for the opportunity to be a positive support to whoever's listening to this, Lord. And I would ask that as we come into this Father's Day, that it not just only be about acknowledging a father, but just acknowledging the relationship, husband and wife, father and child, or to be able to acknowledge those relationships and cultivate those in a loving, positive, constructive way. Lord, would you just allow your love and peace to enter into each one of our hearts and minds. Teach us to love more deeply so that we can be what we need for each other. Lord, I just pray that everybody that's listening will be blessed, bring them encouragement as we live throughout our week. Just thank you in Jesus' name. All right.